Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my podcast series, Religious Congregations Embracing AI. This afternoon, I have the privilege of interviewing Father Gustave Ineza O.P., a Dominican father in the Archdiocese here of Toronto. Welcome, Father.
Thank you so much, sister.
For agreeing to do this. So, my first question to you is, how has your congregation embraced AI into their community?
Yes, thank you very much for this interview. I would not really pretend that I have full knowledge of how it has been used, mainly because now people have personal devices. You can imagine every brother, every sister, every lay Dominican.
I know.
Yeah. So whenever they are preparing a speech or doing some other work, I do not really know how much they may have used AI, but what I know is that when we meet in big gatherings, I can see what has been prepared using AI and what has been prepared from people's personal knowledges and talents. It comes out like people start talking and then you say ChatGPT, and or a homily, then they have been using it. So I would say it has been used a lot in my knowledge when I encounter them talking, giving speeches or preaching. Yeah.
All right. So, in your personal capacity, you wear a lot of hats. You're a parish priest. You're the chaplain of 7 to 8 schools. You are doing your dissertations. How have you implemented AI in your daily duties as parish priest and all the other aspects of your daily lives?
Yes. First of all, I think that AI is not something we understand well yet. We don't know to what extent people go to gather the information they put on AI. And we know they take from everywhere. And there is some aspect of it that is not ethical. They take people's creation and without acknowledgement. And then they put it out there, and we think it's like free knowledge, which is not free. So they basically take something from artists, poets, writers, composers, musicians. So when you make an image with AI, you are basically taking so many people's work into your work, and then you put it out so easily. So I have become aware of that aspect much more recently. I understood that because I have a couple of friends who are artists, and we were doing a prayer, and at the end of the prayer, one of us said, "Oh, by the way, the concluding prayer was made by AI," and I saw the artist shaking his head, like, that is people's work that has been given to you, so it is not free, it is some other people's work. So in my personal capacity, doing my thesis, writing my thesis, I try to not use much the AI, most of all, firstly because my subject is not really easily found on AI. It is on Muslims in Rwanda from the times of independence to the genocide 1994. So you don't find much things on the internet on that. So whatever AI would give me, I would have to double check, because AI also is known to make up stuff. So they come up with information on something, because AI, that is a weakness of AI. AI wants to give an answer to all the questions they ask. So it ends up sometimes giving the wrong answers. So I am very cautious when I'm working on my thesis. But what I do usually, and I know it involves AI, because English is not my first language. So if I'm reading something in French, I use something called deepl.com, which is a translation tool. And then I can translate like 3 times or twice a text. Usually it fixes the text when you're doing that. And I know it probably involves some AI, but maybe not to a huge extent. Before I put it on my work, but in other words, I try to avoid it, because I know that young people know when AI has been used, and they criticize.
They are very perceptive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm chaplain in a couple of schools, francophone schools. And whenever I go there, especially preparing the confirmation classes, first communion, or even giving masses or talking to them, I try to not do something that would expose my work. I want to talk to them from my heart. But I cannot deny that from time to time I'm like, this text, would it work with 12-year-old kids? And AI is like, it looks okay. But I know already by giving that information, it has to consult so much data that takes from other people's work. So I am becoming more and more, at least, aware of that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Pope Leo Encyclical Magnifica Humanitata, he described the tool as something that is looking to replace the human worth and dignity of the person, and he said that should not happen. What do you think about AI? Because it's taken up a lot of people's job and stuff like that. So, can you share on that?
Yes. There are so many aspects of AI that are unethical that we do not really talk about, and the Pope was a powerful voice that, with his encyclical, came out to start putting people's minds to the ethical side of the whole project of AI.
Yes.
AI can go out of hand, and it is not just about replacing people's jobs. It is also being used in a way that will discriminate against some people. AI, many people don't know that with facial recognition, when you are working with the police or justice, there have been so many mistakes and people did time when they were not the criminals. Or maybe because something went wrong by trusting too much AI. So there are some forms of identities that are not taken into account, and there are so many forms of identities, especially minorities, that are going to lose their jobs to AI, because they are the ones to be doing those kind of jobs. So it is becoming a tool of this huge out of hand capitalism that does not put the human being at the center. It puts the profit at the center, trying to use less time for much production and bigger results at the expense of the human being. So when the Pope talks about the dignity of the human being, he is going in the line of the many other encyclicals that follow the social teaching of the Catholic Church. But that is something all humans can perceive. If you lose a job, it's not because you are a Catholic, it's because you are working in a place that AI has come into. Pope Leo the 13th, when he wrote his first encyclical, I think it was Rerum Novarum, he was talking about the new things. And you imagine the Industrial Revolution, like the people where people were working, they did not have time with their families, so their human dignity was stripped off from them, and people start drinking, so there was more violence in families. So you follow the evolution of all of that, and after that there was the technology that came into that, with computers, time spent online, families not having meals together because everybody is on their phone. You understand where it is going, and that's probably what the Pope is warning us against, and wants us to be aware that we are bigger than the machines or things we produce. We do not live for work, we work to live, but that is the point he's making.
And also too, it cannot overrun us. We have to rule the AI.
Yes.
So Father Gustave, I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing on this podcast series, and may God continue to richly bless you and your apostolate, and may He who has begun this good work in you bring it to fruition. Thank you very much, Father. God bless you.
Sister. Thank you so much. All right. And good luck with your work.
Thank you. Bye.